I've never seen nothing like this in the history of boxing. Since it began 250 years ago, it's never seen anything like this. I believe this is going to be great for boxing. I believe we're going to win.
He's going to have after the fight is over, then so be it. I'm already in a nowhere situation anyway. To me, it's a win-win. But I'm in a no-win because if I knock him out fast in the first round, they're going to be like, oh man, this wasn't worth it. If I let it go a few rounds and drag it out, they're going to be like, oh man.
I've always been in the gym training. I'm boxing professional fighters. Activity is great. I had 15 fights in 1 year when I was younger, and I think activity is great, but I'm prepared. I'm just ready to go.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson engage in a heated face-to-face confrontation, trading intense words as tensions escalate between the two boxers.
We shouldn't even bring that shit up no more.
No, they should bring it up.
Okay.
They should see the difference from there to now.
Gotcha.
Me at my worst, to me at the biggest event in the history of events right now. There's never been any bigger than this. So what they have to say about that?
What does that say about you if you lose?
Well, I'm not gonna lose. So I can't even fathom losing. I can't even imagine it. I think he thinks this is gonna be a very easy night. It's not gonna be an easy night.
Boxing legends. Floyd Mayweather Jr. remains supremely confident during the heated face-to-face, fully composed and determined to prove.
Keep it on cruise control, go out there, have some fun, and do what I do best. And that's beat Floyd Mayweather.
He still possesses the skill and fire that defined his legacy. Mike Tyson says he is fully prepared for the challenge, training harder than ever. And
the fighter's waiting for his money. By the time he gets his money, everybody else took their percentage out already, so you don't know who's who. You get what they give you.
You look good. How you feeling physically?
Incredible.
You've been training?
Listen, I was wearing an extra large. It looks like I'm wearing large now.
Looking sharp, confident that he can rise to the occasion. Rafael Cordell, Mike Tyson's trainer, says Tyson is in even better shape.
In the perfect time, with perfect place now. Where's Mike? Put everything together. So mentally, physically, we're excited. If the fight was next Saturday, you will be ready for it. So we talk about Roy was 4 years ago. Today, Mike is much better than he was when he fought.
Sharper now than he was for his exhibition fight against Roy Jones Jr. Mike Tyson looks fully sharp in training camp, sparring at full power.
Brother assassin. Okay, I'll be right.
Round one. Oh, feel. Cut the ring. Exactly. Cut the ring. Exactly, man.
Pushing his limits and preparing intensely for the upcoming challenge. Meanwhile, Tony Jeffries recently claimed that Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s return is fueled by ego.
That's why it's easy, because Floyd always was the bad guy. Once again, he's going to be the bad guy. And I think that if there's any way to try to remove his O, it may happen.
Suggesting he cannot accept being overshadowed, especially following the buzz around Mike Tyson's involvement with Jake Paul Floyd. Mayweather Jr. trains intensely in camp, displaying.
So we've got to make as much money as we can while we can, and then get out of the sport. But with these two, they're multi-millionaires. And I want to get into the tail of the tape and talk about exactly the records and all of that stuff with it. But first, I just want to say, I believe that these are doing this for different things. Mike Tyson is doing it purely for the money. Purely for the money. Floyd is doing it for the money as well, but also I believe Floyd's doing it for that limelight. They've seen the numbers that Mike Tyson, Jake Paul got, and I think this is the most viewed fight of all time, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. I might be wrong in saying that, but I'm sure it was. It was hosted on Netflix. And Floyd's been one in the past with his ego that he wants to just, be in that limelight all the time. And when you're not in the limelight all the time, you want to have that limelight.
Remarkable sharpness and agility, looking surprisingly youthful while showcasing the speed and precision that defined his prime. Floyd Mayweather Jr. pounds the heavy bag with power and precision.
Hook right hand. Right hand hook. Again. Hook right hand. Slide and drop. Punch it, wait till help you go. Drop, drop. Walk it, walk it, walk it. Pitch it. Pitch it. 6. Pitch it. Pitch it. Watch it. I step back like I have my distance. That's why I step. See, I have my distance. Fighters don't know their distance. You gotta know your distance.
Showcasing his speed, technique, and relentless focus. Analyst Henry strongly questions the direction. Boxing is taking as legends return for exhibition bouts. Noting that Manny Pacquiao is set to face Ruslan Pivkov while Floyd Mayweather Jr. is being linked with Mike Tyson. To him, these matchups appear driven more by financial opportunity than sporting necessity, creating a strange and uncomfortable situation, especially as older fighters are brought back for another run, with concerns around Tyson heightened after his recent high-profile return against Jake Paul, which already sparked widespread debate. At the same
Mayweather's taking on Mike Tyson of all people. That's the most money-motivated thing I've ever heard. It's utterly bizarre. And I don't want to see Mike Tyson anywhere near the ring again, especially after that Jake Paul fiasco. This whole thing's incredibly weird. I don't like it. I'm a proper boxing fan, and these fights to me, this OAP stuff they've got going on when they bring back these old fighters for one more go at each other, it's just not something that I particularly enjoy. Now look, it's going to be on Netflix. It's probably going to be a massive event. I'm probably going to end up covering it because they are two former champions of note, and it is going to go on their professional records. But if you thought the first fight wasn't particularly entertaining, I can't imagine this one's going to be much better. The one thing I will say is that I believe Pacquiao's in better condition than I realized after the effort he put in against Mario Barrios.
At the same time, Henry acknowledges that the scale of the event will be enormous, especially with a platform like Netflix involved, and, despite criticism, curiosity remains. He sees the real story as the decline of the fighters, questioning who has lost more sharpness. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has been inactive for years, while Manny Pacquiao has endured far more battles overall, creating intrigue.
Because Mayweather's not had a proper fight in such a long time, which you could argue means he won't be as sharp in the ring. But then on the other hand, Pacquiao's had way more fights than Mayweather has, so you could argue he's got less left in the tank. It's difficult to figure out what it means for either guy, and we don't really know which way it's going to go. But I guess, if I'm being really honest, as much as I don't love it, there's always going to be a little bit of intrigue there. Kind of don't like myself for it, but I'm just being honest with you guys. And I think if we want to have a real conversation about what this fight represents is a continued frustration around the truth about the first fight, which was that it came too late and it turned into more and more of a cash grab. This fight embodies that to a whole new level. Even for the broadcast of Netflix, I don't believe they're truly invested in the sport of boxing. They'll take one-off big events that get them more subscribers, that increase their revenue, that increase their subscription base, but they don't really care about the sport. If they did, they'd be putting on a lot more events than just these mega fights that involve, influencers and fighters that are well past their best.
Even for purists who dislike the concept. $1 raises serious questions about the reported clash between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson in Congo, wondering whether the event is genuinely happening or quietly fading away. He is puzzled by the unusually early announcement, revealed in February for a September fight, which feels excessive compared to the standard 3 to 4 month promotion cycle, suggesting either an ambitious global build-up or behind-the-scenes uncertainty, and he also scrutinizes Netflix's strategy of...
And there was also talk about Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson in the Congo. Is that now scrapped? Why are they announcing this several months before the event? I mean, is it a massive build-up? I mean, when you think about it, most fights are announced 3 months, 4 before an event. This one, September. We are in February, people. Like, what is going on? I mean, what are Netflix doing? Netflix are kind of, obviously, they're picking up and putting on really random stuff. Like Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. If you are an MMA fan, that fight was supposed to happen way more than a decade ago. Way more than a decade ago. They're doing it now. Will it get big numbers? I guess it kind of will. They've obviously done the Jake Paul stuff. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. Jake Paul versus AJ. They done massive numbers. Crawford Canelo, a serious fight. And then they're doing this.
Staging spectacle-driven matchups. From crossover ideas to the massive numbers generated by Jake Paul events, the platform is clearly focused on mass appeal, and Aid admits the formula likely works even if it feels random. Despite his skepticism, he speaks as a genuine admirer of Floyd Mayweather Jr., noting that his passion for boxing evolved from Mike Tyson's dominance to British icons and eventually back to America thanks to Mayweather's brilliance, viewing him as a rare figure who mastered both marketing.
I'm a massive Floyd fan. Like, my journey into boxing, obviously when I was young, it was very much Mike Tyson, but then it went and became a UK thing. The ITV days of, I don't know, Ben Eubank, etc., Michael Watson, and then eventually Joe Calzaghe, Prince Nassim, etc., etc. My reason for going back and watching American boxing is solely down to Floyd. Like, I was obsessed with everything Floyd Mayweather did. I thought he was a genius when it comes to marketing and a genius in the ring. Like, it's very rare that the two go together, which is why I think everyone kind of fell in love with Conor McGregor, right? Because Conor McGregor was a genius outside the ring in terms of how to sell a fight. And in the octagon, he actually proved that he can fight as well. Floyd, obviously on a completely different level, but you know what I mean? Very similar. Someone that talks the talk and walks the walk. And Floyd most certainly did it.
Floyd Mayweather had financial troubles because of the money he owed to the IRS, because of the terrible business and you know, real estate investments that he's made. And apparently, some of these have gone under, and he is owed back rent, or he is owing back rent, and he is delinquent on a lot of payments for a lot of different things right now. These things seem to have added up for Floyd. And now it's pretty apparent that not only is he doing these, you know, bank robbery style exhibitions, but it looks like he absolutely needs to do it, which is very sad. Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Floyd Mayweather as an individual outside of the ring, but I never want to see athletes have their money mismanaged or mismanage their own money so badly that they go broke in retirement, and it looks like that's kind of what's happening. And here's a snippet from Business Insider because it made me want to pay for the entire article.